Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well. So obviously we're quite limited by what we can do at the minute. With the coronavirus outbreak, we are struggling to run youth groups, and for the time being, none of our youth groups are on. Nonetheless, we still want to support you guys, we still want to help you guys grow in your faith, and we want to continue supporting you and find ways to do so. One of the ways we're going to be looking at doing that is going to be over video chats. So there's an app called Zoom, which we're going to look at, and we're going to try and get us all together to have a virtual youth group. But we're also going to run some pre-recorded videos as well, and try and get you guys to try and support you guys over those. So these videos are going to take a number of forms. Some of them I'm working in collaboration with Nathan, and we're going to release one a week covering a topic or Bible story. But I'm also going to run some videos on my own where it's just me discussing some of my thoughts on the Bible, something I've been wrestling with, and just pitching it to you guys. So I thought we'd start at the very beginning. We start in Genesis 1, and we're going to read from verse 26. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image, in our likeness, and let them rule over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the air, and over the livestock, over all the earth, and over all the creatures that move along the ground." So God created man in his own image, in the image of God. He created him, male and female, he created them. God blessed them and said to them, "Be fruitful and increase in number. Fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air, and over every living creature that moves on the ground." Then God said, "I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be yours for food. And to all the beasts of the earth, and all the birds of the air, and all the creatures that move on the ground, everything that has breath of life in it, I give every green plant for food." And so it was so. God saw all that he had made, and it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day. This is a beautiful passage for so many reasons. There's so much poetry and symmetry in there, and symbolism which is just stunning. And there's so much we could unpack. I'm trying to make these videos very short, very couple of minutes long each, but there's so much we could unpack. We could unpack what it means. We could unpack how there's a plurality of God early on. It's not just late in the Bible that we see the Trinity come out. There's even early on, let's make man in our image. We could talk about our man's relationship with animals. God gives us the seeds and the plants to eat, and then he gives us the animals to look after. There's a lot to unpack there. We could unpack how God's first command is be fruitful and increase in number. We often think about sex in the Bible, and sex is very bad, and the Bible says sex is bad, but actually the first thing that God says to any human ever that we have recorded is essentially go have sex. It's essentially go and increase in number. God essentially goes, "I like you guys, let's make more of you." But the thing I want to hone in on is that God makes man in his own image, which is an amazing sentence. That's a fascinating sentence for so many reasons. And really what I want to get you guys thinking about is, what does that mean? What does it mean to be made in someone's image? Because obviously there's senses which we're very not like God. I'm not as powerful as God, I'm not as knowledgeable as God. But there is a sense in which God saw humanity in a way which is different from all his other creation, and he said, "I'm going to make that a bit more like me." God made you to be like him. So the question is why and what? What about you is like God? What about you is made to be like God? So how can you in what ways are you made to be more like God? But also why? Because I think that there's a compatibility there. God made you to be compatible with him. He didn't just make you and think, "Oh, wouldn't it be nice if things looked like me, if things were similar to me?" He made it and went, "Oh, I want it to be so that I can interact with this. I want to be compatible with this." God made you for a relationship with him. So have a think about that. Have a think about what it means to be made in God's image. In what ways are you like him, and in what ways are you made to be more like him? And why did God make you to be like him? Hope to speak to you guys soon, and we'll see you shortly.